Good morning, dear. Did you sleep all right? I know you're still tied up. Or is it considered tied down? What am I saying? It doesn't matter. The important part is, how did you sleep? Good, I'm glad. I made some breakfast. French toast with butter and maple syrup, and with plenty of bacon on the side. I was going to make some eggs over easy too, but I didn't know when you'd wake up and they don't taste as good cold. I could make some now if you want. Yes, I know it's your favourite. Well, honey, before you struggle any further with your thoughts, I know how strange and difficult and flat out crazy this all is, and you've just woken up. Why don't we wait to say anything more until you've eaten, okay? Yes, I'm not naked anymore. I put on a shirt. I was a little chilly. Sorry. Would it make you feel more comfortable if I took it off again? I want to make sure you know I'm still not pranking you. Sorry? How would my being naked keep you from using the bathroom? Oh, no, I get it. Yes, well, we can't have that now, can we? Okay then, I shall remain clothed at least until you've had a chance to, well, you know. Yes, you can't do that all tied up. I had a thought about that, or rather, I prepared for that. Here. I've attached this chain to your leg, which is attached to that steel beam over there. It's long enough that you can pretty much go anywhere inside the cabin. You won't be able to change your pants while it's on, so try not to get them dirty. Let me untie you now so you can use the facilities. Yes, I've considered that. You might try to overpower me this way and then find the key that will set you free. Are you going to? Thank you. There, you're untied. Go ahead. I'm here, at the kitchen table. Please, have a seat. Please eat. I've also prepared a glass of milk, a glass of orange juice, and a glass of V8. I wasn't sure which one you'd prefer today. You tend to rotate between those three. Sometimes you'll throw in grape juice or apple juice for a chance of pace. No coffee. You hate it. It's too bitter. You tried, or rather you do try in college to learn to like coffee since you're going to spend a lot of time staying up and studying, and black coffee is fairly cheap. But after a week of suffering through it, you decided that it's not worth trying to make yourself like something you detest so much. No, you don't find tea disgusting, you just find it bland. Any hot tea tastes like warm water to you. You used to smile at me and tell me that I was the only hot tea you enjoyed. You like sweetened iced tea, but you prefer Arnold Palmer's. Tea and lemonade together. You used to guzzle colas of all type, but you discovered... I'm sorry. You will discover 5 years from now that the caffeine addiction is really getting to you, so you stop. Yes, it is a little difficult for me trying to wrap my head around what has happened versus what will happen and when. And I have to acknowledge the fact that my being here like this changes what I know to be true. So everything I say about anything that hasn't happened yet, you might not turn out to be true now. Wait, does this mean you believe me? That I'm from your future? No, that's fair. Believing that I believe it isn't the same as believing it's real. I could really be crazy. To be even more fair, the technology that brought me here was experimental when I used it 30 years from now. when I used it 30 years from now. It does sound completely insane, doesn't it? I never thought I'd be mixing past tense with future tense like that, and believing that it made sense. You're right. It's right out of a science fiction novel. If you think this is difficult to believe, consider it from my point of view. It's possible that it didn't work and that my brain was fried in the attempt. In reality, it could be that I'm still lying in bed somewhere. I'm a vegetable that's just locked away in a coma dreaming about all of this. But here's the thing. If that's the case, I don't want to wake up. I love you. I love you and I've missed you so much. Being here with you right now, sitting next to you at the breakfast table, staring into your glowing eyes, being able to reach out like this and hold your hand again, is exactly where I want to be. If this is a dream, then I never want to wake up. I can't be without you again. I just can't. Do you at least believe that I love you? No, don't apologise. I do understand. As sincere as I sound, my story is still a little hard to accept. No, I can't take off the chain. If you left, if I lost you again for any reason, well, let's not go there right now, okay? So, where do we go from here? Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll start from the beginning. Well, you already know what's happening so far. You and I are at each other's throats, back and forth. You and I continue fighting and bullying one another for the rest of our senior year, and then even on for a couple of years after that. We then each go our separate ways, and, long story short, we meet up again 10 years later and reconcile. You're right, you deserve more than the short version. Truth is, I went to therapy and counselling. I didn't know why I was obsessing over you so much, why you drove me to act the way I did. I found that I was attacking you when I was younger, or, younger to me, but right now to you, because I had a crush on you and I didn't know how else to express it. Yeah, that's the simple way of putting it. Most of the male role models in my life left me in some way. I had a brother who was 12 years older than me. I loved him so much, but he graduated high school when I was just entering first grade. He got married and moved across the country. I only saw him a couple of times after that. A childhood friend I'd had for 2 years suddenly decided he wanted to bully me and pushed me around, and so I stopped playing with him. Even my father, he died when I was 11. Thank you for saying that. I know you lost your parents too when you were young. Anyway, it all adds up to the fact that I liked you when I met you. Our first few days of knowing each other and hanging out around were great. Good, I'm glad you thought so too. Yes, that's right. I started acting out against you for no reason. My therapist said it was because I was imposing upon you every angry or bitter feeling I had towards every man I'd ever loved in my life. Something within me snapped. Every man I'd ever loved left me in some way. Whether they changed, met someone, or even died, I started lashing out at you because you were kind and sweet and nice, and because I liked you. Apparently it was because you were so wonderful that I started hating you. Something within me jumped ahead to the inevitable point where you'd betray me or hurt me in some way by leaving me, and I started to treat you like you'd already left me. And I'm sorry for that. I explained this once and apologised before, but I'll do it again. And I know I haven't explained it to you, the you of right now. I explained this to you like 10 years from now, when we reconciled. Yes, that's exactly what happened. You were very sweet and understanding. You forgave me. We started hanging out. First it was because I wanted to make up for all of the terrible things I'd done to you, and you were going along with it to make me feel better. But when you really started to like being with me, we became friends. Then the closest of friends. Then lovers, and then we married, and then... Yes, you did leave me. No, it was just one of those things. It wasn't some exotic disease of cancer or anything like that. We thought you just caught a cold, but you ended up with double pneumonia. You were in intensive care for a few days, and then you were gone. No, it wasn't your fault. I did know that. I was hurt. I was angry. But not with you. I wanted to blame the universe. I wanted to blame fate. But in the end, I realised that the person who deserved all of the blame was me. I was so sure that I was going to be hurt that I kept myself from the greatest love I had ever known for years. We could have been together all this time. I could have loved you right now instead of blaming you for something that hadn't happened yet and then wasn't your fault when it did happen. So when the technology was invented, I volunteered to be a test subject because I was so desperately wanted to correct the errors I made with you. Because I so wanted to hold you in my arms again and tell you how much I loved you. How much I still love you. Please say something. I know it's all so difficult to believe, but it's the absolute truth. I really am back from the future. Your future. And I really do love you with all my heart. Isn't it obvious? I tied you up and brought you here because you never would have believed me if I, your bully, had approached you with the story. I needed time to get it all out. I needed you to listen to the whole thing. I thought if I had you at my mercy and did nothing harmful to you but treated you with love and showed you how I feel, that would help you believe me. And admittedly, I missed you so much. I love you so much. I couldn't be without you any longer. So, yes, it was a little selfish. I'll be honest with you about that. I wasn't sure what I was going to do if you didn't believe me and kept hating me. Was I going to keep you here all of your life? Or would I just give up on everything? Yes, we were trying to have a child. It hadn't worked in our first 2 months after getting married, but we weren't stressing it. We thought we had plenty of time. Erin. We would have named our child Erin. Erin if it was a girl and Aaron if it was a boy. After your grandmother Erin, who raised you after your parents died. That was non-negotiable. You demanded that to be the name of our child. What are you doing? Why do you want me to stand? Is there something... My love, does this mean... Oh, you're picking me up. Where are we going? The bedroom? But you haven't finished eating your... Okay, I'll shut up. My love, you just want to lay down and hold me like you couldn't do when you were tied up? Of course. Whatever you want. Anything. You name it and it's yours. Oh, no. I think I'm still going to tie you up tonight and for several nights. No, I don't think you'll try and run away from me. But you were so damn cute all tied up like that. You want to tie me too? Well, maybe we'll just have to take turns. Oh, my love, hold me. Please just hold me. You're back. You're back and you're mine again. We have our whole lives to be with each other. And I want to spend all of it right here in your arms.